Alright, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be putting on some carbon fiber canards on the M3. This is another aero piece that found on Facebook Marketplace for $80 shipped. They basically look brand new. I don't think these were ever installed. So installation is fairly simple. They go on with double-sided tape, and for extra security you can rivet them into the bumper if you don't want to drill holes into your bumper. The 3M tape is another option. At high speed and high downforce, you're not sure if that double-sided tape will hold, so we probably will end up riveting into this bumper. I mean, if anything, we can always upgrade to a Euro bumper at some point in time. Not a huge deal, but 100,000 miles, it's already got rock chips, it's already got the holes for the license plates. Not a big deal. So essentially, the canard will mount to the body line and it will look something along the lines of this. And we just got to figure it out before we mount it down to the bumper. I like it. Matches the GT4 front splitter. So let's go ahead and mock it up and stick them on. Alright guys, so what we're going to do before we put any sort of tape on here, I cleaned off the surface with some glass cleaner, some alcohol, just to make sure any oil and whatnot is off the surface, so we have a clean mating point for that. Now, to line it up, there's really no clear positioning for it, so I'm just feeling where it sits most flush along the body lines of the bumper. But we can see, like, right around here, it kind of meets the edge where it goes flush for the fender and the wheel. So I think right about, like, right there is exactly where I want it, because it's not moving around, and that's where it's tightest against the body line of the bumper. So what I'm gonna do is get some Expo marker, and I'm just gonna outline here where I want to place it before I get the double-sided tape. And I'm just gonna outline on the top here. And of course, don't let this stuff dry, but it'll come off very easily with glass cleaner. So that's about where we want it. Let's go ahead, prep this surface. We'll clean this with some alcohol too, and then lay down a nice piece of 3M double-sided tape. And if we decide to rivet, we can always do that later on. You'll just have to drill little holes here and then get a rivet gun. Alright, so there was a vacuum in the background, so just gonna do a little voiceover, hit it with some glass cleaner. It'll wipe down the surface, make sure it is grease free and lint free. Now we're gonna apply our 3M double-sided tape. This is the good stuff, very strong adhesive. The one with the red strip is the one you want, and we got a nice wide one so that way it fills the entire surface of the canard mounting point. And then we just trim off the excess with a very sharp knife, so that way we can get a nice clean edge and you won't see the adhesive on the bumper itself. Alrighty, so now we have the tape fully trimmed off and flush to the canard. We're gonna peel off a tiny corner like that and just bend it over, just so a little bit of tape is exposed, and that way we don't have to rip the whole entire sheet off, and once you put it down it's stuck on. So we'll line it up with just a little bit of tape off, and then we can slowly pull it off and mount it along the line that we made before. Right there is about perfect. Mount it against the line. Up. And all the way. Push it flush against the bumper so that the tape has no air bubbles. I like to just press on it along all the mounting points firmly for like a minute. It's not a humid day or anything like that. It's not raining, so this should stick pretty well to the paint. Fits pretty nicely with the GT4 splitter and goes straight up the lines of the bumper. So we're gonna get a little towel with some glass cleaner just to get rid of that line. All right, guys, let's put the passenger side on. So I ended up running out of the thicker 3M tape, so I just used the narrow one. Not a big deal. We're off by like a millimeter. Not gonna really do much. So again, we're gonna line it up to our Expo marker, like about right there. All right, so we got one there, and then we're gonna have to pull off the lower one too. There we go. Put that down, put this down. Let's line her up. And right there. A little bit more. Stick it down. And just keep peeling. Really get this edge nice. And we'll just follow the line right there. I think that looks phenomenal. So here is a front angle shot. Pretty cool. Here is a side angle shot. Pretty cool. And here's a top shot. I like it.